Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back. We're heading into round two. We've got a pretty healthy lead. We've been kind of getting to that level of play at this point, but torn a bit of whether I want to make any adjustments or not. Because certainly some of it is, I'd like to just kind of get some of the achievements for the game in the career mode. That's one of the things, and that's what a lot of folks have said, is just, no need to make it insanely difficult, but I'm not sure that it's super intriguing when I'm running away with things. Right now I'm 20 strokes ahead of my rival. Now, again, that's my rival, that's not the field. So let's not go crazy here that, oh my gosh, like, it's not even competitive. I've got someone who's even, and then we've got, several folks that are less than 5 over, so, 7 to 12 strokes. We definitely have a good group of folks. So as always, my only request is please consider dropping a like and subscribing. Those things are helpful. Looks like we're going to be facing some medium wind here. Alright, so it always takes a bit to start these up. I don't know why, but it does. So let's see. Nobody's gotten closer, but we don't see people off. Now, somehow Fitzpatrick was 81st. He was like 120 something. So that was interesting. But we'll see, where the cut ends up falling in today for folks. So we really didn't have to contend with the wind in the first round. So we'll have to see if it really comes into play. The good news is there's, a decent amount of runway in most cases. So it shouldn't be too bad. I think this might work out all right. We lost 10% of power again. I'm not quite sure why my rhythm is off. I mean, it worked out the way it landed, so I'm not going to complain about it. But it was interesting. Alright, roll on back. Pretty good, much center of the cup. That's always great. But I think 81 is still below the bottom half, so it may not be enough for him to make the cut, but we'll see. And again, I'm not sure that he has headed off. Again, I would say that's relatively perfect in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, the rhythm didn't report a perfect, but the things that really matter, we certainly had 3 things there that gravitated. It is not doing what I thought. I did not hit it hard enough either. Wow. Alright, but we got the par. Par 3's, it's a challenge sometimes. Now, in theory, he's out here with me, so he's on the second hole, so he's reporting some activity. Alright, again, the ones that do matter, the 10% loss might actually help, because we didn't get as far down into the thin area. But I don't think we're going to make the green on this. It'd be tricky. Could happen, but... Alright, well, we didn't lose any power. We know that. The good news is we didn't go too far. Whoa! Oof, we almost went too far right. Oh, that's a bunker. I thought that was the cliff off to the seaside. I'm like, that is way more dangerous than I thought, but no, it's not. Not too bad. Alright, I don't know that we're gonna get where we need to. I think I should go to the flop and maybe back it off a bit. Let's see if that works. Alright, I think we're up on the green. Barely. Oof. Alright. Well, we might not get it here. Ah, I did not go over. Did not go over enough. So, just a par. You know, and that's the thing, like each round things get a little more challenging. You know, wind can really play some havoc. I hit one ball into the water. We're suddenly not even close. You know, there's just lots going on here. So again, if I float too far right, like that would be really bad, but oh boy, what kind of bounce are we gonna get? And there we go. I don't know that it's out of bounds, but I don't know that I can succeed. No, it is. So that's exactly the problem. Now again, I've got plenty of ability to make up for that. Not if I do it 2 or 3 more times, mind you, but why is it not showing me anything? Alright, well, we did roll on the green. That's what we needed as the first shot. That would have been nice, but was not to be. So let's see if we can still save a par here. If I can, that would be pretty darn impressive. Ah, too fast. We hit the hole, but it wasn't in the center. Alright, so we're giving up a stroke. So we're even for the round. So this is that water that I barely cleared that last time. We're going to try to avoid doing that again. And again, we've got 476 yards. If we get a good 3, wow, we almost got 400. God, I have less than 100 yards to go. That's impressive. All right. Let's see. All right, so I can't hit less than 95, even though I really tried, but it worked out nicely. All right, that should be a birdie. It is. All right, looks like Matt's 3 up. Was his name Matt? I might have caught a name that wasn't really, wasn't really his. Okay, 94. Yeah, this'll probably be okay. Might not be enough. It's curving back in the right direction. Ooh, stayed off the edge. All right, 94. It should have been closer than that, but was not. Yeah, Matt Fitzpatrick. So, I know like the really big names, but I don't know a lot of the others on the PGA Tour. Right, the key is not to lose power when I'm hitting over water, and I get a good bounce, I think. Oh wow, look at that. That was like the perfect bounce. It took out all the energy and then ended up right where I needed it to be. That is crazy. So I think that's 2 birdies in a row. Maybe not. I don't remember if I got the 3 birdies in a row thing. I think I did last round. It's a daily quest, and I'm playing these 2 rounds back to back. You know, they're going to be Saturday, Sunday on the weekend. I still need another one for Monday, but I don't think I'm going to do 3 in a row. Ooh, that might work out. Nah, it's not coming back quite enough. Shoot. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's certainly not great. should be an easy birdie, but nothing's a sure thing until the ball's in the bottom of the cup. Alright, but we did get it, so there we go. Record 3 birdies or better. No, we did not get it yet. But, alright, at least this is a par 4. I'm not doing this with a par, a par 3. Because that always gets challenging. So a nice, I think I rolled off last time. This time we hung on. Alright, so we're going to gain a little bit of forward momentum. I'm going to aim at the flag given the lie. It's curving back a bit. Wow, that is way, way shorter than I was expecting. I didn't look at the percentage, but yeah, this is why it becomes hard to get 3 birdies. I think this is the one I was on target, but I was short. Oh. Wow, that was a good attempt. But it did not work out. So, not 3 birdies in a row yet. I don't know if I'll do it, because again, I don't know. Although I'll probably play before technically the daily is over. Alright, let's do that. Alright, the wind should move it, although I did open it a bit. Oh, man. Sometimes you have a par 3 and you'd prefer it for the 3 pars in a row. That's as good a shot as you're going to get on a par 3. Obviously short of a hole out. We're going to stay out. Yep, it curved away. And then got pulled back a couple yards. So, 78. It's going to be 15 yards back. So that would be what? 22. Not sure, but we're going to try this. So I think otherwise we're going to fly way, way too far. Yeah, because we got a lot of roll here. Didn't make the hill. And there's a big hill there. Come on, stay on the green at least. Don't take that away from me. All right. But yeah, this is always rough. Because I need to go up the hill and then just barely down. Alright, well, we got nearby. We'll let it roll out. Let's see what we can do. Nope. We'll have a par, but we're not going to get the bird. And that's where it gets challenging to get the 3 birdies in a row, but there's definitely enough of a mixture here that there's just a lot going on. Too far right. That's not going to be on the green, I don't think. If it is, wow, I'm surprised. It's kind of rolling toward the hole. It's skirting over in that direction, but there's a lot of roll here. Again, that gets to be a much more difficult birdie putt. Oh, that really broke and moved over. Oh well. Alright, solidly in as a par. Okay, I know there aren't 160 people, so 80 is below the halfway point. So as long as he stays in the 80s or above, he may not be here for the weekend rounds, which makes it easier for beating the rival. Hard to complain on those. Yeah, I think this will work nicely this way. Right, hitting the right direction. A little bit of a pull though, but not bad. Alright, let's see. Oops. Just worried it might have lipped out. Now we've got 2 par 5s to try to get that. Oh, now he's at 77. See, so now he might be coming up. That's going to be in the rough. We got lucky. The contours saved me. Oh yeah, this is the tricky one, but the good news is we can make it with the 4-iron instead of having to try to slow a driver. Maybe a little too far right, but it might catch. No, it will not. But again, it is a par 5, so let's keep that. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. How far are we gonna go? Don't hit any kind of a. It is. It's going down some kind of a little hill or a big hill. I don't know. Ridiculous. But way too much. All right. Just trying. I couldn't quite tell where it was, so we got a little up and over. Up and all right, it did go over, thank good. Well, kind of, but we should be okay. All right, so that is a birdie. Now if I can get one more, we can put this daily quest behind us, which would be awesome. Okay, nicely hit. Good solid roll. Oh, look at that. We just caught the hill, and that gave us another 10 yards, so we'll take it on something like this. All right. Nice and straight. I'm going to let this one fly because we may get there or we may go way too far. We'll see, because it is, again, all downhill. There it comes, but now it's going to slow down. But 315 is not bad. So, let's see. Yeah, maybe there. Well, you know what? We really should kind of go the whole way. Alright, we're at the flag. Beautiful. It should be workable, I would hope. Alright, so there's 3 birds. We did it. Alright, and then 10 birdies or better in a single round. That's just a regular thing. So we certainly have a possibility of that, but it's going to take some work. Alright, 5 wood. A little more to the right than I would have liked. We're not losing a ton of power, so we might have too much of a roll. It's slowing down pretty fast, so. Alright, well, we're not going to get a birdie, so that's not going to happen. But we can see what we can do here. 70 feet, wow. I don't know that I have enough from where I'm at just to even, yeah, we couldn't even get there. We're about 8 feet short. Alright, but we got the par. Because, yeah, we're 32 strokes ahead right now. He's not having another 13 over round. Doesn't look like. Alright, this should work out pretty nicely. Okay. A little bit kicked away, but that's okay. Alright, 154. Up in the air. Because we're going to lose 7, we're going to gain maybe 5. I don't know that the 9-iron's going to have that much of a run up, but so we're going to try this. I didn't like the hiccup on the swing, but I think it didn't throw me off too much. Man, I should have known better, because this is that, like, uphill. It's a lot. Because again, there's an up, but there is a down as well. Nope. It might have been online, but we'll never know. There was obviously a little bit of movement. Alright, well, we're not getting the 10 birdies in one round. So that is not going to happen. Alright, let's see if we can hop over the rough. Nope. Get eaten by it. Alright, yeah, this should be okay. Because we're going to lose some oh yeah, and then we took 6% off on top of it. Oh, it still rolled off the back. Wow. Not as controlled as I had hoped. Goodness gracious. Alright, so a regular flop for sure. I'm going to go up a bit. Okay, on target. That's good. Again, 2 pars at the end, that's kind of what I had, but... So, I am... Alright, so the cut is 18. So, he may not make it. Let's see if it changes. It did not. So, he got cut. So, that way I beat my rival. So, I'm guessing it's going to tell me that right away. Not sure if we'll get that. It looks... That's the pop-up, I'm assuming. Oh no, that's just telling me. Finish 10 rounds in a week. We'll see if that happens. Alright, so 7 under, basically 7 under each day. I think we'll go up another tier. Didn't get anything too exciting last. No, we did not. Okay. It's like in my head it's like 800, but... And yes, I'm trying to... I'm kind of going with... They have an achievement if you get the whole golf bag to Amethyst. So I am moving my ball up, which really has no purpose other than, you know, but it's using my Evo tools and stuff, so they're getting me sucked into the stupidity, but I'm hoping I'll earn enough, or if nothing else, I can buy Evo tools like I did before. So we had added 31,000 fans last round. Let's see what happens this round. So about the same. So again, we're still in the 1.5 million followers vicinity, but, you know, pretty solid lead. Again, it's definitely ours to lose here. So we'll see what this looks like, but I'm definitely leaning toward probably next event, trying to up the difficulty of the AI, so that things are a little bit closer, because if I can shoot this level, like, they can certainly shoot better. So I'm just going to go up one at a time, and if it really gets kind of crazy, You know, because there's no achievements except for those majors, I think. Um, so I'm less worried in the next round, but definitely for the players, I want to have a shot at it. You know, if they're competitive and they get me, then they get me if I play well. But what I don't want is that it's just like virtually unforgiving and I can't compete. So we shall see. But in any event, because yeah, I think stepping my difficulty up to master, I think might make it like that's a lot bigger leap than moving them. But I'll think about it and we'll go from there. I'm not sure that I'll have feedback. I guess I will because this will show up over the weekend and I might be able to adjust the next round. But either way, I mean, give me feedback so whenever I get it, it's just I might have several rounds in because the other thing I'm chasing is trying to get to level 100 in the clubhouse pass before August 6th so that I can get an extra 1000 VC, which will buy me one Evo tool and leave a little bit of change. Or it'll buy me 6 or 7 legend tokens if I choose to do that, and or level up tokens. I don't know why I call them legend tokens, because I did. But anyway, so doing pretty well. But yeah, we've kind of settled into kind of dominating the tour right now, and so it probably makes sense just to make it a little bit more dramatic and interesting to change things up. And as I said, even if I keep playing this well, if they're better, you know, again, will they shoot 7 under and 7 under? Maybe not, but you know, there might be some people who have been consistently under par, and then I won't have that much of a lead, for example, because right now I think I do have a 15 or 16 stroke lead over the field. So I think the second place person was 1 over, if I recall. So that's a big gap. And again, you're watching me golf, you're not seeing them. That's just extraneous stuff. And I know I've definitely had a lot of comments from people, hey, pro's not super simple. So if you're doing that well on pro, like that is still an achievement. So I understand that, but there's a little bit more to be said for having a little bit of nervousness that, hey, I need to play well and I can't give up a bogey here or there, or someone might catch me. And again, we don't have to win everything, but I think the only achievements you get for like the players is you won it. I don't think it's finish in the top 5 or anything like that. With that, we're going to wrap up, and I will see you next time.